What's up, guys? I'm Tanner, and today I'm gaming with trailers. This is a series that I started at E3 and then did not do another video in. Well, it's Gamescom now, which is a great day to be a gamer, and so I'm gonna bring the series back. Hopefully do a bunch today, knock out at least 3 or 4 on the day of Gamescom, hopefully more to follow. We'll see how it goes. And first we're starting with a game that, if you know me, you know I'm excited about. And it's the only gaming with trailers we've done so far. The only game to be featured in gaming with trailers, of course. And that is LittleBigPlanet 3. Let me jump back here. We were greeted with a kiss from the Poppet interface. We are greeted with a welcome home. No, I'm sorry. It just says welcome to. I don't know why I said welcome home. I'm really excited. This game is like home to me. Nice corrugated cardboard there, down there at the bottom. And we see all of our friends here. We see Sackboy, Swoop, Toggle, who I always forget his name, and Oddsock from right to left. As we keep going here, we see our first. Hold on, let me get it back here. We see our first look, I think anyway, at the new. It looks very similar to all the previous checkpoints in the series. That's not what I'm excited about this trailer. There's a lot to be excited for in this trailer, so please be excited, to quote the guy from Square Enix. Let's keep going. So we have a very similar opening to this trailer as we did to the E3 trailer. Of course, it's starring Sackboy. There we get a good look of at current gen, I guess we're calling him now, Sackboy. And he's just gonna do some normal stuff. Again, last time, if you haven't watched that video, that's okay. But last time I talked about the LittleBigPlanet 3 trailer, we talked about depth, and that was a big selling point, for E3. And this is again another showcase of depth. He comes out at least 3 or 4 screens. Here's Oddsock, the dog of the Sack universe, I guess. He can wall jump, if you didn't know. And then here's Swoop. Now the funny thing about this part is, it looks like Sackboy's trying to kill Swoop. If I take it back, I know they're just running off, but the way they framed it, it looks like. Let me take it frame by frame here. Well, it's a little too early. It looks like Sackboy just threw off Swoop, and Swoop is like, "Holy shit, what am I doing?" And then falls, but he can fly, so he's fine. So everything's good. Here's probably the most interesting level of these little things. It's got a comedy of errors masks. What are they called? Comedy and tragedy, and the drama masks. But they're both comedy because the other one's upside down, so it looks like a frown, but it's actually happy. But this level reminds me of those. I don't know what they're called. They're little games where you take like a rod through like a tunnel of electric wiring or something, and it shocks you if you drop it, and the goal is to not touch the sides while you got it through the course. That's what this reminds me of. I hope you get what I'm saying there. And then here's Toggle, the oaf, the ogre type, but he also gets really small. He breaks the screen there. Now I was confused at this. I'm going to take it back. I was confused at this next level because I was like, well, he changes, but why does he shoot up so high? I think they're underwater. If we take it, it looks like that's water to me, and the horizon, or not the horizon, the tide is probably at those spikes. So I guess when he's heavy, he walks underwater, and then when he gets small again, he either floats or shoots out of the water like he does here. Because see, the lighting changed, and there's also kind of a line of water there. So I'm pretty sure that's underwater. I didn't get that the first couple times I watched it, but I've seemed to have figured that out. And your imagination. Of course, a big part of the LittleBigPlanet series is imagination and creativity. Probably the most fun part. And there's something coming up on that. Okay, here's where we get to the real nitty-gritty if you're like me and love costumes. So on the right here, we have, I don't know what those eyes are. I'm not sure if there is even an eyes thing there. Maybe they haven't unlocked any yet. The glasses looks like a Ninja Turtle. I could be wrong, but that looks very Ninja Turtle to me, or maybe Zorro-esque. The hair category, I'm not sure what they're doing with it now. Is that his skin? Like Sackboy has his skins, pun not intended, that he wears. Like he can wear just the normal brown, or he can be white or canvas or whatever. is his hair, is Toggle's hair maybe his type of skin. And then on head we have what looks to be a visor maybe? I'm not sure what the first thing is. The second one is like an Indiana Jones type fedora. The third one, who the hell knows? I'm guessing like a tree, like Groot kind of from Guardians of the Galaxy. The next one looks like a fish or a squid or an alien of some sort of like the aliens from Toy Story. And then the last one is the one he has on now, the Sasquatch-looking head. On mustache, again, some of these are hard to decipher without, seeing it on. It looks like that green one may just be a green beard, or it looks like the hat from the guy from Adult Swim, the little, I'm gonna feel so stupid. The hillbilly octopus, that's what it looks like to me. And then there's like a Gandalf type white beard, and then again the Sasquatch beard he's wearing. And the mouth, there's the underbite, which looks hilarious. I love that for some reason. It just looks so ogreish and great. So we keep going. Feet is always the least fun part of costumes to me, because they just look so similar, because they're just like a little cap. So we've got probably a boot, what looks like it has toes, and then a slicker shoe, a superhero type boot, and then I don't know what that square is. Maybe, and there's one in legs too, so I'm thinking maybe they could be skins for a particular part of Toggle. That could make sense, because they're set up more like a skin would be, or like a, because I don't think those will actually be squares on Toggle. I think it's a covering for something. In hands we have gold gloves. Again, the tree theme. I'm pretty sure that trees or nature or something is going to be part of them, because the second hand looks like a trunk with a leaf on it. The third hand looks more like a skeleton hand or maybe a human hand. The fourth hand, I'm guessing, is like coverings for the tips of Toggle's fingers, because there's no way that's a glove. And then legs are kind of the same way with feet. You can't really tell what's going on just based on legs. We've got probably a zombie leg, maybe something that looks like bandoliers, just normal pants, white pants with red socks. Again, one of the skin things, and the rest of the legs. And then the one he's wearing, which is again, the Sasquatch looking one. The neck, I'm not sure what that is. And then on torso, this is a Brazil jersey, which, if I'm not mistaken, that may be DLC or a pre-order bonus. I'm not quite sure, but this is the only thing they show that actually has a name and not. Let me see if I can take it. Yeah, there it is. It's the only thing that has a name and not just, because most of them just say a costume, a costume, a costume. This one says Toggle Big Brazil football shirt. So this raises a question. Because Big is in parentheses, can you have different costumes for Little Toggle and Big Toggle? Or do they just switch? Because it would be really cool to have like Big Toggle, say, be the Sasquatch, and the Little Toggle be a bird or something different. That's a big question for me that I hope we find out here soon, because that would be really neat. And then we've got, probably that goes with the bandolier pants, what looks like a Matador's shirt, just a school shirt, I'm guessing, that looks like a collar, a tie, and then something like a sweater pulled over, maybe. I could be completely wrong there. What looks like sort of an Aquaman meets the superhero from SpongeBob shirt, a nurse's shirt, I think, maybe. I don't know. All I can see is the plus, really, on that one next to last on the first row. And then the tree. I'm pretty sure a tree or fungus or something is a Toggle costume. The one he's wearing, again, a rectangle, which maybe a coconut bra. I'm not sure there. And then something that looks like a house on a hill. I cannot tell what the last one is. So that's enough of costume analysis. Excuse me. So here they're creating clones of Toggle, which I'm guessing is like from LittleBigPlanet 2 and on. I think it's in Vita 2. The Sackbot, and you can put any costume of any character on. So I'm guessing they've created a bunch of Sackbots, and then we see here in a little bit that once Toggle triggers this glass to break, it spawns all of those little Sackbots. So I'm thinking it's like the thing where you set it to whatever the player looks like, make it that, and so when you go through the level, when it breaks, it looks like there's a bunch of you, which is a nice little effect. Okay, we've got some more costumes to analyze here. We got old lady glasses, what looks like a squirrel tail, but is actually hair. So I'm assuming either that's either a ponytail or like a pompadour, depending on which way it's worn. We got the dragon's head here, and then the other heads look like a fire head, and then maybe a bird of some sort, like a specific type of bird, not just a swoop here. Oh, I'm sorry, there was something else with names. What the heck? Something de bateria. I just butchered whatever that was. Cheek sequins. That's cute. Oh, and here we go. And so swoop gets changed to a dragon, which is awesome. But there's also, again, whatever that fire thing is, which I'm guessing maybe is supposed to look like a phoenix, in feet there. And then what looks like a port, like a diver's port, the windows on submarines and stuff. And then, of course, the dragon feet. Again, the firebird, whatever the blue thing was, some waspy thing for the hands, which I'm guessing are his wings. And then the dragon wings. Legs, I'm not sure. Torso, we got the fire, whatever the steampunky looking one is. I can't tell what the next one is in the dragon. And then so on down the line. Now, this is a pretty cool part. I like this part of the trailer. I'm going to play it through. So Swoop is a dragon. Let me take it back again. And is firing probably with R1 or X maybe. I would guess R1. Just depends on how the computer's set there. Firing fireballs to be kind of redundant into a village. So that looks really fun. Now we see the first big image of creators, and it has touch, which is a genius, kind of a port from LittleBigPlanet Vita, because that was a big part of the creator in Vita, and frankly should be. Touch is the best way to place something on the Vita, and I love it here. I'm assuming it's probably optional. You could probably still use the joystick if you prefer it, which would be better for some things, but touch would be better for others. Like if you're making a long line, you want joystick so you can just hold it. But if you're doing small intricate details, touch would be the way to go. This is a little factory level, looks like. And again, we see the depth. If we're using that back panel, I'm guessing there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 levels of depth. Again, I said somewhere between 4 and 7 last time. I'm not exactly sure how many I said, but there's a lot more depth to create in and to play in, which is a good thing. And of course, he's just adding separate buttons. And then there's this cinematic view, which I'm assuming is either a cutscene or maybe they're just maybe that's the filter on the level, which would be cool. And of course, he comes through and flips the switch and saves the princess. Here's a look at something that I've always loved about LittleBigPlanet games, is just the sheer amount of different types of games you can make. This is similar to a game they showed last year, or not last year, excuse me, in the LittleBigPlanet 2 beta, or trailer rather. It looks very similar, where there was a tank running through a village, and I just remember the roads and stuff. It's a little different because there's more like a mech now. Oh, if I take it back, by the way, we get our first real look at the Poppet, all decked out for the creator anyway. Let me keep coming through the frames here until I get to it. There it was, and I missed it. Nice. But the Poppet, let me try to get it again. Okay. So if we take it from here, and then I missed it again. One more try. Hold on. I hate to stymie the video. All right. Well, there was the Poppet. I get that's a 1 frame, but I think you see it again maybe later. And of course, there's just objects here, and what looks to be a mech of some sort, which looks awesome. There's the Poppet, and it went away, but I should have commented on it there. Excuse me. So here's the mech again, very steampunk looking. Okay, there's the best layout of the Poppet we've seen. So we see again your customized character, what used to be the goodies bag, it may have changed. A globe, which I don't think has ever been on the Poppet before. I'm assuming maybe it's something to do with social network or the internet. Stars, which is just the items you favorited. The Poppet cursor, which lets you move things. Stickers and decorations, chat, and then the one was goodies. That one must be I forget what they're called in the game, but just your your devices, your machines. And so we see them like 3 players, which looks very interesting, with a possible 4th there over on the left, but that could just be an NPC. Shooting tanks at these tanks, and then there's this huge helicopter fight, which looks awesome. This level looks really fun. Here's something very interesting about this trailer. What is this? This is a level, right? So what's up with what's the worlds thing? Is that just I'm assuming that's just a part of a trailer. But this level looks really pretty. Like, I love the idea of the different racing places. Now, here's a very, very cool part of this trailer. It seems that my theory from last time that you can make anything and wear it and use it as a tool seems to be correct, which I'm very proud of. But because here, Sackboy's seen making not a spatula, a fly swatter. And he makes a fly swatter, and the little mini game is to rotate the fly swatter and kill all the flies. So it looks like you can make any tool you want, which that's sort of been a part of previous LittleBigPlanets, but they've kind of been workarounds. So that direct feed, is very interesting. Here is my favorite part of the trailer. I love the way the community has been changed. This looks gorgeous. I like that there's the team picks, which I always loved because I think that Media Molecule does a great job at picking it. Recommended for you if you like just a random thing, recently played, which was always a problem for me getting back to the level. Oh, check out this level I just played, and then having to find it was always crazy. Lucky Dip is always fun, just going for something. And then Cool Levels, I think, is voted on by the community. I think it's like the most played, the most favorited, that kind of thing. I'm not sure, because Team Picks is Media Molecule. Recommended for you is based on the last times you played. Lucky Dip is just a random game. I'm pretty sure Cool Levels is if I remember correctly, is the community pick. But I just love this layout. It's so much cleaner. Hopefully the load times will be much faster, because that bugged me, especially on level length. And again, you can see him scrolling through the recommendations. This is just a very cool layout. It looks so much quicker. The likes are really cool. I like that instead of the favorites. I hope there aren't that many trophies attached to it, because those were the hardest trophies to get. I never got them. And again, they put an emphasis on creativity. Look at that depth. It was crazy. Here again, we sort of see the same sort of decoration becomes a tool type thing. Sackboy puts a chicken leg on a fork and then has the fork, and then it appears to his left as a tool, like a pumpinator or a spray paintinator. I think that's what it's called, the spray paint gun, like that would in a normal level. So it looks as if that's a feature, which I'm very excited for. And then these little levels that Media Molecule created, but isn't really Media Molecule created as far as going into the game. Their community made them. These levels always look fantastic. These are always some of my favorite levels. I love this circus level, but again, this is just a level preview. I don't want to spoil too much for myself there. The costumes are great, and it does look like Toggle is wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing. So that was the LittleBigPlanet 3 trailer from Gamescom. Toggle was snoring there if you didn't hear him. And then there's this end part about pre-ordering and all that. But that'll about do it for that trailer. For every other trailer from Gamescom or at least some other trailers from Gamescom, I will try to do my best in getting as much information, extracting as much information as I can. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video, and go game with somebody.